I'll come back. 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 I'll come back.
Okay, all right. We'll do the countdown so we can spice it off for YouTube and stuff like that. I see it's online. So sweet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Barcast, where podcasting is easy and only milk laughs. Your bartenders for today will be Enigma,
Man, this is so easy.
Milk,
It's the easiest thing we've ever done.
Rav,
It's super easy.
and I'm the one that has to edit all this shit, so fuck you. This week we have a very special guest, a community guest. In fact, we had the chance to interact with her multiple times, especially at HRPC where she was a community guest. We have the wonderful Magpiepony.
Hi! That just means you had plenty of chances to realize not to have me as a guest, and you still failed, so.
It's true. But then again, what are we but failures?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, shit. Max has the inside info. Speaking of inside info, if you guys don't have that inside info and haven't seen the cast before, welcome. We're a community guest podcast where 100% of everything we do, all the proceeds, any profit, any merch people buy, everything 100% goes to horse rescue charity. You ask for community guests, we invite them onto the show. You guys then ask the questions, and we make them miserable for 2 hours. It's a great system. We have a whole bunch of questions out on Film Fiction, and you can take a look at other guests we've had before out on places like iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, YouTube. And of course, we're streaming right now live on Twitch. So if you have any sort of questions, they'll appear in the chat. And Enigma, you're volunteered. You'd have to look at the chat and find questions.
I didn't volunteer for shit. I was drafted.
Correct. Of course, we just politely ask you guys to stick away from some topics, such as, please don't bring up politics, don't bring up religion, don't ask for personal information that Max has not volunteered online already, and of course, ask anything. This is an AMA, if nothing else. That said, we also have a drinking word, and Max, if you please, what is our drinking word for today?
Yar!
Yar! That's already 2. Be sure to drink responsibly, but if you have a drink along at home, go ahead and take a nice drink every time we say the word yar. So,
Do what you want because a pirate is free. You're a pirate.
So let's do some actual, I don't know, interview questions before we throw you to the wolves, Mags.
Okay.
From the top, introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do in the fandom?
I am Bird Pony, aka Magpiepony. I am a YouTuber who does like a little bit of everything. Voice work. I do projects like PTS and Pinky Tails. I'm known for making cute little baby horse noises into the microphone and putting them to comics. And just being a part of other various projects across the internet.
That's really, really awesome. I'm sure many people have heard examples of your work before, and of course we'll have links for people to go check out. Next question, it kind of seems like everyone gets asked this question once in a while. How did you personally get into the fandom?
So I was a nanny, and I went over to my nanny kid's house, and A Canterlot Wedding Part 2 was playing on the TV, and they weren't paying attention to it. So I kind of wrangled the kids up and sat down, and I was like, what are we watching today? You know, and they're like, My Little Pony. And I saw the entirety of that episode, and I was like, how is this My Little Pony? Like, I remember Pony kind of being boring. Like, that was kind of badass. So I went home and marathoned the whole first season that night, and the rest is history.
That's awesome. I can only imagine like you nannying as things go forward, and ponies turn on, you all of a sudden are just super into it, and they're like, "Oh, we want to play," and you go, "No, it's pony time."
I even got the little boy into it. Like all of
Oh.
us. And then like for my birthdays while we were there, they would throw me pony birthday parties. So we'd have like pony piñatas and pony cake and everything. And it was great. They totally went along with it. I loved it.
That's so cool. Oh
And
man.
And it was all downhill from there.
How'd you know?
So, obviously, once you started kind of watching the show, you gradually moved into the creative space and more of the fandom. But specifically about the fandom, what would you consider your favorite part? Obviously, there's a lot of different kind of sects and sects, excuse me, and cliques kind of within the fandom. What do you gravitate towards? You know, there's obviously the voice acting community, but there's fanfics, there's animators, conventions. What's your favorite part in all?
I think my favorite part is all of the various aspects of shipping. Just because this is the first time I had seen a fandom that was just so open to embrace girl on girl relationships like it was nothing. And I thought that was the coolest thing because I hadn't been exposed to a fandom that does that so, openly and willingly. And I kind of gravitated more towards the fan fictions and the comics and the things like that of pairing off the ponies. And so I would do it too, and just kind of devolved from there. And I think that's definitely my favorite part because it kind of showcases how accepting and just welcoming this fandom can be for people. Because there's no judgment. You can ship whoever you want.
I couldn't have said it better myself, especially the word that you used that I really liked was accepting. And I love that. Wonderful. Well put. The next question, if there's one thing that you could say to your followers or your fans or, even the haters, what would it be?
That I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a part of this fandom. I'm grateful for the success that I've seen and for the future. This fandom has really taken me out of my shell. I was once told that I can't write, that I should just give up and stop trying. And then Pony kind of revitalized that. Like I finally felt confident enough in my skills and in my talents to be able to show them off in a way that people were appreciating. And up until Pony, I didn't have that. So I owe a lot of my self-confidence to this fandom. And even to the haters, you know what? Let them hate because they can't take away what this fandom's done for me, and they can't take away the feelings that it has created. So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well put. Oh man, I'm sweating. That was awesome. It's funny you mentioned the fan fiction though, and I'll tangent for a second because this podcast originally started as a highlight for fan fiction and fan fiction authors. And I want to know, do you still have like pony fan fiction up online that like we can show off to the people listening? Because we'd love to spread that around. Maybe we can push some stuff to the feature box, play this.
Yeah, I have a fanfic and a fiction account. I use fanfic more often now, though.
Yeah.
All of my Pinky Tales are on there, with the exception of Discord Tales, because writing that down as a coherent story is just not possible. Princess Trixie Sparkle, the fan fiction is on there, and then I do like little one-off stories I wrote. I don't know if you're familiar with an Apple Sleep Experiment or the Friendship Test. I wrote both of those grimdarks. And then I wrote like little one-off comedies and stuff too. So there's a whole bunch of my shit on fanfic.
Hey, I understand. I'm right there with you.
Do you have any stories where mares touch cutie marks and make a lesbian spawn?
Not public.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Magpie After Dark.
Oh, now only Lost gets to see that.
Whoa. All right. We'll have to have her back on and get the inside scoop. All right. Final actual interview question before we unleash it to the wolves. We always talk about how we're not going to be political, we're going to be gentle, be very nice. And we lied. That's it. We're gonna go balls deep. We're gonna ruin friendships, make people judge you. Who's best pony?
I am.
How could you?
I'm kidding. Non-main 6 Trixie, main 6 Pinky.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
So you like trailer trash?
I do. She is the best trailer trash. She is best. She's
Well,
my
technically-
favorite pony to voice too, because like everything you say is Trixie is just 10 times better.
You gotta keep rolling your R's though. She goes Trixie.
The great and powerful Trixie doesn't mind doing that. God.
Holy shit.
Wow. Oh, I'm so jealous of all the. I can't even imagine the amount of time and effort that you and all the other people in the VA community, whether it's Wooten or Lost or Scribbler, put into like getting your voices just right. Just it's so admirable.
And you keep trying too. I'm never satisfied. You have to keep like reinventing and keep pushing. And there's certain characters where I'm like, you know what? I'm not show accurate, but I like my interpretation because that's a different interpretation, like Pinkie Pie. I'm not the most show accurate Pinkie Pie, but I make her this crazy, like, just sugared out of her mind pony who's always fourth wall aware no matter what she's doing. And that I love that. So
Sugared out of her mind. Are you sure you don't mean like cocaine out of?
I mean,
I don't
she
know.
labeled both of the bags pretty close, so when she's making her cupcakes, you never know.
That sometimes you get a little secret surprise.
What?
Yeah,
Pretty
one
much.
is flower, the other's blow, and nobody knows.
What if to her cocaine is just Coca-Cola cut with candy canes?
What are you? Are you
Cocaine.
high? Oh my god.
I almost said
We're
back.
no-
Cut me some
We're
slack.
moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on to the fan fiction thread. And oh my gosh, thank you everyone who has just swarmed our Twitch chat today, especially Lost. I see you out there. You can't hide. But we also have a few folks that are all just really complimenting your Trixie impression.
Oh, thank you.
So let's go out to Latrius, who has the first set of questions. First question is, if you could hug one pony from MLP, who would you hug?
Pinky, because it would last forever and be too tight.
Oh,
I feel like if you hugged her, her mane would start absorbing you.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do on the table, Pinkie Pie?
that's just like Pinkie Pie's hair is like the hair from Steven Universe, where you just get absorbed into it.
Wait,
Pretty much.
are you suggesting that Pinky died and then became back? Pink?
That's spoilers. How dare you? How dare you spoil something that's in like the second season of a show?
Season 10.
All right. Number 2, would you hug a bat pony?
Why not? That'd be
Rabies?
kind of fun. If they try to
Rabies,
bite
that's
me,
one.
I'll just bite them back. So
Oh,
Speaking of bites, would you hug a lamia pony? Snake pone.
probably.
I
I'm
was
a
gonna.
hugger. I like hugging anything in general. That's gonna get me in trouble one day, but I'll do it.
You
It's
guys,
true.
you guys say Lamia? I always pronounce it as Lamaya.
It's
Lamaya?
supposed to be Lamia, but yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ravage is right. Like he has the word good. Perfect. How about an original changeling? Would you hug an original changeling?
Definitely. Why not?
Perfect. All right. Now we're going to go to the next set of questions from Lieutenant Major Dude. Do you like Spike?
Yes. Yes, I do. He's the most fun to make fun of.
Yes. Okay. You just about. There was this tenseness. Like for real, we had a contest on FimFiction at one point in time. Make Spike not garbage. I think.
Make the spike.
It was Abuse Spike, the contest that Pencil ran. and it was great. We had like 24 submissions. Anyway, off base. Tony Montana now has questions. What constitutes a weird-looking noodle?
If it squirms, clearly.
Oh, I think we just made Enigma a little sick.
I mean, they weren't squirming; they were boiled because I didn't know they were in there.
Yeah, but if you boiled a maggot, it should die.
They were small and noodle-like and almost the same color.
Okay, moving on. We actually have a question. We have a question out from the chat, from the Nile of the Nine, who asks immediately. Oh gosh, and other guy is jumping in, and okay, there is a angry crowd asking, "How big is your dick?"
I was wondering when that question was gonna come. Come on now.
You gotta stroke it a little more.
Hey! What constitutes a weird-looking noodle?
Why are we asking when the dick is coming?
It grows with every hater I get.
Yes.
That's how big my dick.
Wait, so then it has to be pretty small then. I mean, you're a pretty awesome person. Who could hate you?
YouTube comment filters are a thing.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, I suppose it's bound to happen. How many subs on YouTube do you have?
431,000, I think.
Oh God. That's a lot. That's a big number.
432. I was wrong.
Oh my God.
She's a grower, not a shower.
So I guess then what a lot of people like to ask the YouTube famous people.
Oh man, am I horse fams?
Oh yeah, of course you are. How could you not be horse famous?
I mean,
because it's such a dirty word. I feel like in a lot of conversations, like, ew.
No, like, okay. What makes you uncomfortable about being horse famous? Like, okay, like I've definitely heard people like within our circles refer to us as horse famous, and we're all uncomfortable. I'm like, no, this is bad. But arguably, with a subscriber count that high, you are horse famous. Like, so what makes you not like that term?
I'm always afraid of coming off as like pretentious or like a diva. Like I don't want to be unapproachable, and I don't want to be hard to work with, and I don't like any of the stigma that comes with like, oh, so she has all these subscribers, clearly she's going to be a bitch about some things, or she's not going to give me the time of the day because I only have 10 subscribers or something like that. I hate that. I'm just me. A lot of it is luck. A lot of it is luck and hard work. And I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I'm so super blessed and so happy to have the success that I do. Right. But the last thing I want to be is this, I don't know. You get what I mean. I don't want to be unapproachable. I don't want to be seen as on some kind of a pedestal that people can't relate to or talk to or anything like that.
No, right, totally. And like when we had the chance to play poker together with Bill Newton and Vincent Tong, you were extremely nice, extremely approachable. It was nice to be able to sit by and play poker. Yeah. With having as much YouTube attention as you have, is it something that you're able to do full time, or is it something that you're just kind of like, oh, when it's fun, because obviously there's not as many bronies out there as there are just like general YouTube people. So It's kind of a niche audience.
Yeah. So I'm very blessed to be able to do YouTube full time. And I know that a lot of times it doesn't seem like I put out too much on my channel, but it's all happening behind the scenes. I build quality, not quantity. So when I put something out, I want to hope that it is polished. It is, it's got a good chunk of time on it. Like Pinky Tales especially are just probably the most popular running series on my channel. All of them, with the exception of one, have over 700,000 views. And I put my heart and soul into those, I love to entertain. And so I want to make sure that what I put out there is the best it can be. but the time I pour into it behind the scenes is just insane. So that's where all of my time goes. And I don't think a lot of times, I think there's like this weird misconception of if you don't put something on your channel every single week, you're clearly not working, but that's not true.
No, not even a little bit. Are you saying that making content on the internet isn't easy?
I know. How
Whoa.
dare I?
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, I was nice for a little bit. Lost narrator says, "Okay, no, but for real, how big is your dick?"
She should know.
Hey. Hey. Okay. Back to the questions. We're going out to the wonderful Short Skirts and Explosions, who asks, "What doth life? What is life?"
Life is a collection of experiences, and it's the longest thing you'll ever do.
Well, I mean, I've seen a couple. Never mind. Moving on. Tin Man now has question. Number one, what is your favorite headcanon? It isn't specific, so we'll say, what's your favorite headcanon about the MLP show?
That Celestia was an ignorant bitch to Luna, and that's why Luna went Nightmare Moon.
Wait, what? Okay, no, explain. Like, what is this? Like, did Celestia just forget to leave the seat down or something?
No, like it's fanon that Celestia ignored Luna and that she kind of pushed her aside, and that's why she turned into Nightmare Moon. In the show, all we're ever offered is that Luna was jealous. We don't know why she was jealous. So I like the canon that Celestia, a jerk.
So she turned into Nightmare Moon because Celestia called the top bunk.
Pretty much.
I'm just seeing this other case where Celestia always takes the last piece of cake, and Luna was saving it for a special occasion or something. Anyway, number two, do you even crotch boobs on the ponies?
Duh. Who doesn't?
Duh. I mean, you gotta be anatomically correct. That's the word. All right. Number three, do you prefer the bug ponies or the gay deer?
The gay deer.
Really? You prefer the new design?
I do.
Why?
Because they're even more unattractive, and that's beautiful.
It's just one of those things where you're just like, oh, they tried.
Exactly.
At least they're not anorexic anymore.
I mean, it's true though.
All right, we got another question from Nile of the Nine. Mags, how big is Cadence?
I'm going to hurt him so much when this is over.
Oh.
He knows way too many secrets about my life, and I will not answer that question.
Oh no. How could this happen to me?
Let's just say Mag got drunk at HRPC and told a little bit too many personal secrets, and Niall was around, and yeah, Mag can't drink that much anymore.
No. Was it at least good alcohol?
Yeah. It was like the best.
Good. Next time, HRPC, if you guys are going again next year, we'll have to share around. It'll be great.
You're like, I want to see Mag that drunk.
Yes, exactly. We get weird when we're drunk, all of us. I think, oh gosh, Milk can attest. But anyway, different story. Next, bird ponies or bat pony?
I am a bird pony, so I have to say bird pony. I'm quite literally a bird pony. I don't have wings, but I'm a magpie.
Nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
I can't self-hate,
Not with that attitude.
Oh, wait, if you're a bird, would you like this cup noodle maggots? I mean,
that's what I was saying. The bird pones would eat that cup of noodles, no problem.
They can have their cup of noodles while watching their bird-themed anime and playing Hatful Boyfriend. Oh,
yes. Man. I mean, Yar.
Yar. That's a drink. Number 5. Why not dragon boobs?
Who said no dragon boobs?
Yeah, who said no dragon boobs?
Yeah.
Don't take his side. Dragons are reptiles. Boobies are on mammals. It's not how.
Are you saying they don't have a right to dragon boobies?
No, I didn't. Not that they have a right. Like they could go
You
to a plastic surgeon.
dragonist. I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
No. Okay,
This-
we
so-
can make this up. We can make this up. Prime MLP Disney lover. Oh my gosh. Asks, do you believe that Starlight Glimmer and Sunset Shimmer are sisters? Blech.
No, but I think they were both based off of Twilight, and I think there are many Twilights in the show. I think Moondancer, Shimmy
Moondancer's-
Sham,
Yeah.
and Starlight Sprinkles. They're all just another form of Twilight.
Starlight Sprinkles.
So we just have Twilight Prime, and then just like Celestia's like we need to have clones and backups just in case.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, so she pulled off like a Dr. Venture kind of thing? Where
She picked one aspect of Twiggles and was like, all right, let's exemplify that and throw her at Twiggles and see how she reacts.
All right, the next question we have here, I'm going to post it here in our behind the counter chat so you can see it, is from that other guy who posts a question and asks, how does this make you feel?
Confused.
I think that's a very well put answer. It's strange.
It's staring into my soul.
That's par for the course.
why does it have the face of Bo from Doctor Who?
That's not. Oh, the face of Bo. Oh God, I wasn't ready for that reference. Okay,
I didn't realize you understood that reference.
I stopped watching Doctor Who around Capaldi. But anyway, CyberDrake777 has Magpie. Do you find Ocellus cute?
Yeah, I do. I like the new characters. I think they're adorable. I think the mini six are, I mean, with the direction that the show is going, I think they're appropriate and cute. And I like that we have another dragon to root for that's not small and terrible.
Another dragon. Another dragon that we could slap breasts onto in art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Also-
Nick.
Speaking of Ocellus, do you know about that fandom thing where supposedly she's Chrysalis's daughter?
Oh God. Okay, we're not going to talk second gen ponies. We're not. That's no.
That's what people are saying.
Well, people are wrong, clearly. Moving on. Ty the Wolf 123 asks, when will Pitch be let out of his cage? Will he ever? And when will this joke die?
I made a joke once in Discord Tales about how I keep Pegasus Pitch in a cage. And the fans just latched onto that and will not let it go. And every time he talks in any, like, you know, on his channel, on Twitter, whatever, someone mentions his cage. And he's
Comment.
so
Which sounds like
sick
a
of it. And I love it so much. And so, you know, I mean, he's gotten fan art of him inside a cage. I get asked that almost every time he's in a comic or in a project. Did you let Pitch out of his cage to do this project? Like, it will not die. And I find that to be the funniest thing ever.
We will have to get Pitch on and
ask
like
him.
just ask him, you know, have you been coming out of your cage and you've been doing just fine? God, you gotta be down because you want it all. Just like everyone can send him like 10 emails of Mr. Brightside and it'll be great.
I could end up like this. It was only a kiss.
All right. Now we're gonna go back to the thread. Sunbro for Life now has questions for you. What is your favorite video game?
Favorite video game? Well, I wasn't really a gamer when I was younger, but my parents did buy us a PlayStation 2. And
Ooh.
I liked the game called Portal Runner. It's not very well known, but it's like if an army guy and a Barbie had a daughter and she was a reporter and she had to go through all these different realms to like fight off the bad guys. And I as a little kid, I just found that to be my shit. And so tracked down a copy of it and bought it for me. And I swear to God, there was 2 days straight where I didn't even eat or sleep. I just played my game.
Oh my God. You don't have to say that you weren't a gamer. You can just say that you're a hipster gamer. What's your favorite game? You probably haven't heard of it.
Yes! I'd have a new answer now.
All right.
Max, explain this bullshit. I just Googled image that game, and this is the image that came up.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah,
What-
that's
what is
Portal
that
Runner.
naked
I told
baby?
you. I told you. She looks like an army guy had sex with a Barbie, and that's the byproduct.
What
You're
is
also-
happening in this image?
He's
Yeah.
a giant marshmallow.
She's fighting Zool?
It's like Ocarina of Time, like just like
And
didn't
it
know what to
drives
do with
Lost
itself.
crazy because apparently like the controls are just like terrible to work with. And I mean, I knew coming into the relationship that she was a gamer. She's got like all the systems and whatever in our living room, and she's like, this is the game. And I was like, shut up. Childhood me had a blast.
Meanwhile, adult me is traumatized by that baby's face.
Shoot him.
How does
Shoot him right
how
in the
does
face.
this make you feel? That's pretty-
Nostalgic.
Aw, it's wonderful. All right. Number 3. Have you accepted Skeletor, the master of the universe, into your heart?
GTFO.
Fuck. All right. Number 4. You are in Small Horseburg. What business do you start?
Rumors. Pay me $5, I'll start a rumor about your enemy.
Oh.
Whoa, that could be damaging, especially in
But
Horse
so
World.
profitable.
God, you'd just be like the new Gabby Gums.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, not for free.
So you would be Horse TMZ.
Yeah. It would be an
Alright.
unchallenged market.
All right, number 5. On a scale of yes to yes, would you punch Enigma's waifu pillow with a hazmat suit on?
The only answer I have here is Yar, so
Yar.
I guess Yar.
Mag,
Yar.
you don't want to punch my waifu pillow. It's Ember.
Aw. Can I punch adjacent to the Ember pillow? And
Uh,
just say
You
I
can punch Enigma.
How is that somehow better than punching the pillow in my mind?
Because he's so fun to punch. It's true. I've done it.
I've been told.
I mean, K-Bug did it. I mean, I guess you're kind of getting K-Bug sloppy seconds.
Slappy seconds or sloppy seconds? Because I heard slappy.
Slappy seconds.
Both.
Oh, that pun. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Where in the world is the Invisible Davis? It's a weird question. Number 7. Do you even praise, bro?
Yes?
Yes.
Yar?
Praise the sun.
Yes.
Yar.
Yar.
Questions. All right. Now another question from Niall the Nine. Maggles. I love that every question has like a different nickname for you.
I mean, on Skype right now, I'm Magoogles, so.
Magoogles?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call you that now for the rest of
So you're a blind elderly man?
I mean, I can be.
the time.
You never know who's
like-
on the other side of the computer.
Could be a dog. All right. McGogglygook, what is the most rewarding part of making content on your channel?
Meeting people.
Aww.
Meeting people and making lasting friendships, and that's how I found the love of my life. So that is 1000% the highlight and the reward of making pony stuff.
That's so sweet. So go for it, Enigma.
I cut out a little bit because of my internet connection, but I thought she said eating people.
I did. I did say eating people. I lure them in with my cutesy channel, which is totally PG rated. And once they are hooked, it's just so easy to con them.
I like to think that you lure in people by saying, "Hey, come over here," in whatever pony voice you can from around a corner.
I don't fully
What
believe
you
this.
gonna
I think
say for pony cannibalism?
Holy shit!
I don't know if I fully believe this eating people thing. We'll have to ask Lost. Like, have you eaten? Okay, never mind. This question got too real too fast. Moving on. Question from Eagle: how many of you feel today's shopping malls just can't promote commerce, but provide a culturally enriched gathering place for the community?
I'll be honest, all I heard was the Peanuts teacher going wah 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 wah.
That's kind of like what ended up happening. Like, I was so excited. Like, let's do a question with memes, and then it was like, how would you handle today's climate problem? It's just like, oh no. Let's see. We're going to questions now from Rundown Jet. The much vaunted bullshittery from Barcast, much despised Canadian. Number 1, what is your favorite meal, snack, or food stuff that is so unhealthy but just so good?
The Lost Narrator.
Whoa! So about eating people.
Oh, hey, Flame, we're talking about eating people.
Cool. Welcome in, Flam. All right. Next question is, what is the biggest or weirdest fear that you have?
Escalators. I'm terrified of escalators.
Really? Why?
Yeah. Like I physically freak out if I have to step on an escalator, and it's like no one can be standing next to me and I have to wait for like 3 rotations before I'm even comfortable stepping on it. It's a whole ordeal.
So go ahead, Enigma.
Did this fear come about because your family was killed in a dark alley by an escalator?
I mean, so as a child, I was watching a program about some, like, I don't remember where it was, but an escalator kind of went it broke and it started going super, super fast, and it was going down. And so people were tripping and falling all over themselves until they were all a clump at the bottom, but the stairs kept going. So it turned into like a giant saw.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and that actually did happen. And then I think again, I was not paying attention when I was little on the escalator, and it was going up, and it like ate part of my flip flop, and I was scared to death. Like,
oh my God.
It is going to eat me. So,
I've seen someone like get their shoelaces caught in an escalator, and it was horrible.
Mag, that thing you described, to me, it sounded like the escalator was grinding people into a fine pulp.
As a child, I should not have been watching that program.
This just in, how a delightful trip to the mall turns into the Battle of the Somme. More on this development after the break.
So
yeah.
related. Did you, Lost and Friends, get the chance to go out to the Vegas Strip while you were in HRPC? Because the Vegas Strip has something really cool, outdoor escalators, in order to get to places.
No, we actually didn't. We didn't even have time. Like, we were running from place to place, and honestly, I was spending so much time with friends that, like, just going out to dinner and having fun, chatting it up and getting drunk. that like we didn't even really leave the vicinity of the hotel, and I was totally okay with that because that's kind of the point of a convention, is to just have fun with your friends and
I totally
chill out
feel
with people.
that. I
So
totally feel that.
I
We had-
avoided all the outdoor escalators. Yay!
We had the chance to go out to the strip on these escalators, and we ended up treating it like escalator land. They were the ride, and we got people to join us, and it was great.
When do we get on the ride?
This is the ride.
You know, you gave me the story idea now of an escalator in Equestria.
Oh,
I'm pretty
God.
sure they fucking have escalators, mate.
All right. Back to actual questions. Why is bagged milk the best milk?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Because milk comes from boobs, and boobs can be baggy. So it's just going from one home to another.
I would be curious as to what Pencil would have to say on that.
I don't know how to
legitimate
respond to this.
That's probably a legitimate argument at some point.
How do you feel about the milk coming out of a dragon breast?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Don't make a bad joke. Don't make a bad joke. Don't make a bad joke.
Yar.
Yar! Okay. Number 4. What is your one annoying habit? Or conversely, what is that one habit that just annoys the shit out of you?
So my annoying habit, I'm messy. Like, I'm pretty messy. And I'm a water snob. So, like, I don't drink tap water. I only drink bottled water because being a nanny, I got sick off the kids like 24/7. So I'm kind of a germaphobe. And sharing water was one of the biggest reasons why the kids and I were always getting sick. And I leave my water bottles laying around the apartment all the time, and it drives Lost just up a wall.
So it's kind of like from that movie Signs,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
where there's just cups of water everywhere.
But in the end, they killed the aliens.
I
Swing
mean-
away.
I would be totally prepared. When wintertime comes around, she doesn't want ice outside because she's not used to the ice outside. So we just like stack up like water on top of water on top of, we just have this big old like corner of bottled water. We can hunker down for the winter.
I love it. You guys will always have water in case the electricity goes out. See, Lost, she's helping you. Come on.
Yeah.
Hashtag we're with Mags.
But if the electricity goes out, so does the heat, and they'll have ice cubes to drink.
I mean, still a great way to stay hydrated.
Great way to stay in shape.
Fuck you! I missed it. I was about to say it, but no.
All right. Number 5. What is the theme song for your sex life?
Oh God. My Little Pony.
Well,
Oh man.
I will not divulge any further than that.
No, that's totally fine. Well, I'm just gonna take this image in my head. It's like, what voices should we use in bed tonight? No, not Apple Bloom. We did that last week. All right.
I'll tell you this. You find out voices that you didn't know you could do because of fun times.
you
Like,
know, that's
oh,
probably
no.
true.
I'm gonna make a terrible joke. So, how did you learn the voice for Granny Smith then?
I tell you what, youngin', you wouldn't believe what I'm still nimble.
Oh, please, then, in that voice, can you say grilled cheese sandwich?
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh my god.
And on Pencil, that was for you.
My
Oh,
favorite thing to do as Granny is sing Lady Gaga songs. So Lady
You were
Gaga is
talking
one
about
of
that.
it's one of Lost's favorite like artists. So when we were driving to HRPC, I was blasting her albums and singing my heart out as Granny. And she was just like, she's like, I love you, but why? And I was like, 'cause why not, bitch? I was born this way.
Oh, damn.
So which Lady Gaga is the funnest to do as Granny Smith?
The ones that aren't necessarily popular where she talks about sex.
Oh, of course.
She has a song out there called Sex Dreams, and that one is the best.
Just reprise albums of anything by Granny Smith. I vote Nickelodeon Girls by Granny Smith.
I was at a karaoke club in California with Lost and some of her friends. And I remember I was singing Let It Go as Granny Smith, and all these children were walking by, and they were giving me the weirdest, like, what is going on? Like, so of course I just had to scream it louder.
Max, you're our kind of people. You can stay. Lost, go away. No, Lost, please actually stay too. You're awesome.
You know, everyone always thinks she's the badass. It's not true. It's not.
I thought
She's
you guys
such
were
a-
both badasses.
She gets it from me. It rubs off.
I bet there is some rubbing off.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the time where she hears me saying enough shit that she comes in here and like, you're a bitch. It's gonna happen.
It happened last time with you. No,
I mean,
it's gonna be bad. Just all of a sudden, she's gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Okay. All
I'll
right.
just say yar.
Yar. Number 6. How would you describe yourself using only 5 words?
Ball of random fun times. There you go.
Yay!
I like that.
I like it too. Number 7. If your entire life thus far was a movie, what would be the title of it?
Here's how not to live.
Hey, that's pretty good. If my life were in book form, it would be called Waste of Paper.
See? It's an instructional manual how not to make decisions.
See, like I love this question because, like, for most of the people that come on, it could have easily just been normal. Then ponies happen.
But you see, ponies is also a poor choice. So we're all doomed.
Yes.
And anyone watching this film of my life needs to note down, stay away from the awesomeness that is ponies. If you want to be
keep them all
considered.
yourself. Yes.
You know?
All right. Number 8. Just how big is your porn folder?
Electronic or otherwise.
Whoa.
Just kidding. I honestly don't have one.
I was about to say, you want to swap folders?
I
Whoa.
don't. I honestly don't have one.
Electronic or otherwise.
I mean, so my channel is so G-rated that like a lot of what I do day to day is G-rated. So I mean, when I'm around friends or, you know, on this chat apparently,
Yeah.
I can let loose and be a little bit more myself, but I try to conduct my life in a way that parents will be happy with me.
So how does that affect like the balance, like when you get ready to do work? Like obviously when like in real life you can know that I'm an adult because I say fuck a lot. But when you go out to do all of your stuff, obviously there's that child friendly aspect to it, and I'm sure that's great for like YouTube monetization. But how does that affect the way that people and fans see you? Like, do they see you as the super G-rated person, or when you start all of a sudden making sex jokes, it's like, oh no, this terrible person?
I think prior to Lost, I was seen as kind of like the fandom's little sister, like shield her from the evil of this world. And then because of Lost and being on her channel, especially the Lost Extras, where I can really just do whatever the fuck I want to do, and it kind of helps to like show that side of me that I really don't show on my channel. My philosophy for my channel has always been, can I show this to my nanny kids? That's kind of like the mantra because they're still quite little. I was with them for 5 years. And little Sophia was like an infant under 6 months when I got her. So she was in kindergarten by the time I actually left. So my little sweetheart. But like, if I can't show my nanny kids, it shouldn't be on my channel. And there's a couple of videos on there that probably shouldn't have been on there, but that's kind of where I like to keep it. And then I can just let loose and have fun on almost anyone else's, especially Lost.
Aw.
So.
No, that's great. And I think there's actually a lot to admire about that. Then you don't have weird cases where like Enigma's known for loving dragon tits, or you have this constant joke with me like, have you seen the baby? And just like it just spirals out of control.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. Let's see. Let's scroll down now more towards Tin Man, who asks, is Tiny Rainbow Horse cute?
Duh. That's
Duh.
a duh, not a yar. That's a duh.
All right. Now questions. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the next question. Oh man, that's what I get from multitasking. All right. Alex _ now has questions. To Maggleby or Maggleby. Oh no. I don't know how to say this. Anyway, number one. Didn't Lost warn you about this podcast?
Are you kidding me? I saw the podcast and I was like, I want.
That's it. I want like outstretched arms. Give me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, rest assured, I have a good impression. This won't be your last time.
Probably not.
Good. You're here to stay.
Yar.
Yar. Number two. Do you ever really wonder if, like, you know?
Like, all the time? Like, why are we even, you know?
Oh, that tree hugger voice. I can't handle it.
You gotta turn it up a skosh.
Oh, like, I'm so sorry. It's just that, like, I took some stuff and I shared it with Fluttershy. She's kind of like on the floor crying for some reason.
I thought
But
you did.
like, it makes me feel all kinds and shades and colors of good.
Are you gonna say that she's on the floor
See-
convulsing?
Seeing Fluttershy cry makes tree hugger feel good?
When I share my special stuff with her, yeah, because I'll know that like it's affecting her.
So if Treehugger's fetish is to see people cry, does she really enjoy those animal shelter videos where it shows nothing but crying animals?
Like, I'm the one who like started that, and Fluttershy thought it was because like I'm trying to save them from death, but crying gives me strength.
Oh my god.
Just as fucking Sarah McLachlan is singing "You're in the Arms of an Angel," she's just masturbating furiously. Like, oh yeah, tell me how I can save those animals.
There's such a thing as a happy ending for a massage, and tree hugger wants the sad ending.
Yes.
Oh, God. That's amazing.
Oh gosh, I'm overheated. Okay. Okay, questions from the chat. Niall the 9 asks Meg Pepperonis, what is your favorite voice to use in the bedroom? A little bit of retreaded. Clearly, they need an answer.
Well, I've said it before, and it's true every fucking time. Lost and I are the living incarnation of Pinky Dash.
Aww.
And so I tell her all the time, outside of the bedroom, that she's my Dashie, and I am her Pinky.
Aww.
And so, even in the bedroom, we're super adorable and cute, and Cloppers would pay big money to hear any of it.
I just hope you're not doing that. Nope.
Whoa.
What? You know what? Fucking stop! What? Kick Niall's ass later. Good.
like where
Here's
this
what-
is going.
When I think of Pinky in the bedroom, I just think of her in the covers in bed as like, give me cupcakes and say nice things to me.
Well,
So-
see, like, that's so accurate. Because, like, anytime she goes to get, like, Asian food or something that I'm just like, ew, none of them. And she's like, oh my god, you really are Pinky. Do you want to go get a shake? And I was like,
Yes! Let's go get some sugar!
you can have your gross sushi, but
I want sugar!
We need to get smiley face pancakes with chocolate chips.
it's true. It's so true.
Okay. Aurora Dusk 97 asked, do you ever wonder why we're here?
I don't know how to answer that.
We're here just to suffer.
I mean, depends. Depends why we're suffering. Depends why we're having a good time. I don't know how to answer that. Go to a different.
Okay. Well, I'll jump back over to Alex _, who asked, do you like maggots, magpies, or magazines?
Anything with the word mag in it is good for me.
A magnum mags.
Magnum dong.
See, I was trying not to go that direction, but you did it anyway.
Hey, you want to see my 357 mag?
All right.
Magnitude 8.
Oh god.
Number 8. If you could, would you?
Yes. Yar.
Yar. Number 5. What is your funniest anecdote? Just a story you'd tell friends to get a good laugh.
All right. Here it goes. This is one of my funniest. So I was in choir in high school, but the only reason I was in choir was because they get to go on like the fun trips at the end of the year. And our choir teacher decided for my senior year that they are going to cancel the Disneyland trip. And I was pissed the fuck off. And I was a straight A nerd, but I flunked the hell out of that class. But that's not the point. Because I was like, fuck being here if they're not going to take me to. So we went to a different high school to practice. It was like all these other high schools getting together to sing for Veterans Day. And my friend Sam and I we were just over it. We were already pissed off that he was canceling our trip. And we were like, you know what, this is boring. Let's go explore around the school. So we ditched the teachers, like James Bonded away from their site and went to this other side of this school, and we started playing Let's Dodge the Janitor. So we would like rattle a locker and then like run so the janitor couldn't see us.
Oh my
And
God.
then we heard this giant gate, and we went and looked, and the janitor had locked it, and then all the lights turned off.
Oh no.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, it was dark, so we had our little flip phones. Wandering around the school looking for a door out, and all of the doors outside were locked. And so we were like, we're gonna be stuck here overnight. And she's like, it's Friday night. We're not gonna be here till Monday. We're gonna die. So we're just like freaking the fuck out. We finally find a door outside, and of course, to us, we'd been in there for hours, but it'd only been like an hour at the most because all of the school buses were still there.
My God.
So we're like, you know what? We're not going to go back inside and get caught. So let's sneak onto our bus. Because you know how those bus doors are pretty easy to pry open? I mean, really, they're not. They're school buses. Who's going to want to go in a school bus anyway? So we go into the school bus and we sit down and we just chat. And then we see our bus driver coming. Now, he is an older man. And I don't know why she got it in her head to do this, but we were silent. So he comes, he opens the door and sits down, and she goes, "Hi!" as loud as she possibly can.
Oh my
I have
God.
never seen a man of that age jump that high and scream like a female. Like, it was the single funniest thing. And like, so then all of our friends start getting on the bus, and we were so sure he was going to tell our teacher. And he never did. I think because he was seriously so embarrassed at how he reacted. So all of our friends were like, "Where the hell were you?" We're like, "We went on an adventure."
You know, I'm surprised he didn't accidentally die, because if you scared him and you made him jump, his head could have hit the roof of the bus.
Right? I mean, it makes for a funny story. Thank God he's okay.
Oh, my favorite stories are where people get hurt.
I mean, you know.
Like, all right. Number 6. Why is 5 such a great number?
Because it has all those weird edges and curls in it.
I agree with you. There's nothing I love more than edges and edginess.
It's true. But then 7's your bitch, if that's because 7 doesn't play around. There are no curves.
It's
7,
true.
8, 9.
But you gotta have a little curve. I mean, you can't conform to today's beauty standards.
5 looks like the pregnant belly of numbers.
I was about to say.
What are we doing? Number 7. Also, if you haven't got around to it, how big is... What the fuck? That's it. That's where it ends. How big is...
How big is blank? Well, I'll tell you, blank is so big. I can't even handle how big blank is.
Oh. All right. Well, we're right at that halfway point in the cast, which means, you know what? Milk, it's time. Milk.
I'm trying to figure out how to like hold the button with my hands here and do the thing.
Do it.
That work? Yeah, that
Do what you have to do.
You want to just go ahead and start talking and I'll do the thing?
Yes. Do you like horses? Do you feel the need to make sure that horses are still alive? Well, we do too. And we have a Patreon for that. We have a horse that we sponsor, and his name is Big Mac. Literally, like Big Mac from the show.
Tree huggers in the corner, like, yes.
I can't handle this.
What's this clap?
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's how we finish it.
All right. No, but for real.
No, do the Old Spice twanging.
Oh, Jesus.
But for real though, if you subscribe to our Patreon, we take 100% of that money and we send it directly to Red Wings Horse Sanctuary, where we are supporting a horse by the name of Big Mac. The money that we send every single year does things like make sure that he has food to eat, that has proper dental procedures, all the vaccinations that he needs every year. And he is one of the horses that that children are able to come and work with, work out social disabilities and help handle autism. A lot of wonderful equine therapy happens through Red Wings Horse Sanctuary, and we appreciate that. Whose cell phone's going off? You know what? Fuck you. We're done. We won't spend it. We're done. Okay. Back to actual questions. Fuck you.
Man, guys, this podcast thing is so easy.
Podcasting is so
Grab a
easy.
bucket.
Making stuff on YouTube and doing YouTube full time is easy. Just remember that.
Yeah, totally.
All right. We're going to 8th, who has the question. Magpie, could you please make airplane noises and talk dirty at the same time?
All right, crew, come to our altitude speed. We're gonna start our nose dive now, so put on your parachutes and we're gonna try this one more time. I need one more thrill before I go and meet the Grim Reaper. So I put a little something extra in the engine, so I hope y'all are at free heights. Woo-hoo!
Wonderful. All right. Number 14. Darkstone57 says, Boop, have you booped the snoot of the Goody Boot?
I have.
Good. Goody. So at HRPC, I met Goody for the first time, like in person, and I had no idea he was that tall.
I know.
And I had this moment where I was like, "Oh, Goody, I know that. Oh, I know this. Hi."
And shortly before meeting Goody, I was shoved by Kate Bug.
Yeah, no, Kate Bug actually like wrecked your shit, like straight up slapped you.
She shoved me. Just because they tapped Pencil on the shoulder to get her attention.
It served you right. All right. RK Striker JK5 now has questions. What is your favorite non-My Little Pony franchise?
Disney.
Disney.
Yep.
Any specific Disney that you love?
I like a lot of the movies that they tend to forget about. Like, I loved Oliver and Company.
Oh,
Georgette was like my jam. I don't know. Disney either hits a home run or they flop it so hard. I think like that's what my best appeal is with them, because even when I love it, I can just rip movies to shreds, and
Right.
it's great.
So like yes or no then? Like Coco,
Yes.
Tangled,
Yes.
Frozen,
Yes.
Brave.
Yes.
Yeah, Brave was
Yeah,
great.
okay. Princess and the Frog.
Oh, yes.
So it's more like a yes relationship. opposed to a
Well,
no.
you didn't ask me about The Incredible 2.
Oh, but that's
Oh boy, are we gonna start controversy now? All right, all right.
Well, hold on.
The
I got a
Incredibles
question.
2 is a no for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
How was the original Incredibles for you?
Oh, a definite yes. One of my favorites.
All right, so without spoilers, is there a general reason why it's a no?
Yes, because with the amount of time they had between the fact that they came back with a movie that was almost identical to the first, but with just a shift going from the dad to the mom, I was left completely unsatisfied. Like, usually Disney, especially with movies like Frozen or Wreck-It Ralph, they bury the lead to see who the villain is, and you don't figure that out until later, and it's a moment. But they tried to do that with this movie, and it failed so epically that I just was not fun times.
Okay, so it's literally just a rebranded plot, essentially.
It's the exact same movie, and I just was so disappointed.
So it was like Last Jedi to New Hope,
Pretty much.
or not, or The Force Awakens, excuse me.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
it's just
Last Jedi had other problems.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
what they were trying to do is market to a whole new generation, where they're saying, like, you know, maybe little kids haven't seen the original Incredibles, so let's kind of do girl power for this one, but let's just keep it the same basic concept. And I'm like, that's not the point of a sequel. Do like you do with Toy Story and make it good. Like, so.
But they're gonna make another Toy Story after Toy Story 3. How does
which
that make you feel?
which is just terrible. It ended so perfectly. I don't know why.
It
What?
really
Making
did.
another one?
It really did. Like Toy Story 3 was like one of the best animated films in cinema. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That bad.
Did I hear you correctly? They're going to make another one?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing Toy Story 4.
Oh, for
Why?
fuck's sake. Because
I
they
feel
have
like a
no
lot
original
of-
plot ideas, and they
No, they don't. They just want to
Right.
milk it for the fans for what they're worth, and I hate that. I feel like a
Because-
lot of the really good movies, they do that too. Like Pirates 1 was bitchin'.
Pirates 2 was
Well-
still pretty good too.
Pirates
I
2
mean-
and 3, I can kind of like, that's fine. But then in 4, when pretty much everyone but Jack was gone, I was like, what's the point? Like, I don't know. I don't do well with sequels. Like, I love Cars 3, but Cars 2 was garbage.
It was.
I haven't seen Cars 3 for the sake that I didn't like Cars 2.
Yeah, Cars
Like-
2 was absolute garbage. And they don't even reference it in Cars 3. I think because they know they fucked up.
It's so frustrating. It's like all they want to do is and take your money. It just sucks.
They want to bang and then caw like a rooster and take your money?
Well, and
You're
what's
dumb.
interesting too is like, I don't know, I went to see Coco in theaters, and it was when they had paired it with that Frozen, like 20-minute
Frozen.
thing.
Yeah, the Frozen summer thing.
Yeah. And then So that was a good for 20, 25 minutes long. And you're just sitting in the theater like, what movie am I seeing? And then after that, they had like the creators of Coco saying things like, oh, thank you so much for supporting us. And we worked so hard on this movie and blah, blah, blah. It was like they thought it was it was going to fail. They talked about it in a way where it's like, we appreciate you being here because we worked so hard and we know this is. And I'm just like, why don't you have confidence in this movie? Because it is phenomenal. Like, it was just so misplaced to have them practically begging for fans to enjoy the movie that, like, it just didn't make it any sense because Coco is incredible. So
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like,
I get the impression that Disney doesn't like taking like a lot of new risks.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, like I said, Disney is either a hit or it is a complete miss with me.
Oh yeah. No, totally. So 7 minutes of Disney later, we got some more questions. Invisibroni now has questions. Would you at all be interested in doing a collaboration with Equestria Mino for its 2-year birthday celebration, which just passed?
Depends on time. I really, as you guys know very, very well, schedule is a nightmare.
Mhm.
Because I mean, we've been planning to do this for months, and it literally
yeah.
just I couldn't do it until literally now. So my schedule is always the biggest thing when people are like, "Will you do this? Will you be in that?" And I'm like, I know it doesn't seem like I'm busy, but I'm working every day, no days off. Like,
No, I totally feel you. And that's one of the reasons, like, with the cast, oh my gosh, behind the scenes things. Like, we book people out, like, literally months in advance.
yeah.
To the point that we're like, wait, who do we have next week? Like, you know, like it's bad because we very purposely choose everyone that we have come on. But then, like, we book out so far because just that way we can always know people won't have conflicts. Whatever. Anyway, point. Niall the Nine has more questions to make you miserable.
Okay.
Megals, what is your favorite obscure Disney film that most people have never heard of?
Probably Oliver and Company. When I bring up that film, a lot of people are like, "Oh wait, that was Disney," or "Oh, I've never seen that one," and I just feel so sad.
See, that one's so good, but I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah,
So good.
Same.
because I feel like a lot of those kinds of Disney movies, when they don't perform the way they do in box office, they just let them die out. Like, there's no mention of them at Disneyland. There's no promotion of the characters. You know, like it's sad.
Like, for
You know-
some reason, I haven't seen the movie in so long, and for some reason, in my memory, when I think of the owner of the Dobermans, for some reason, in my mind, he's Cobra Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh. See,
like,
and
you think-
I like Dom DeLuise, and he was in that movie too. Like, it just makes me happy and sad at the same time. He left this world way too young, and yeah,
So you think, like, after like the success of Zootopia, that they would do something like a Zootopia world where they can do things with Oliver Company and Aristocats and all the other
Yeah.
movies that like Fox and Hound. Actually, never mind, not that movie. That movie can go be sad somewhere else. But like
Oh,
Bambi.
Fox and How to Be Sad. That's what
Wait, so is Tree Hugger's favorite scene the scene where Bambi's mother dies?
yes, Yes, it
go
is.
Get him off, Enigma.
All right.
Whenever you hear the gunshot, she just fucking comes like instantly. Like,
Silence. All right.
All
So
right,
next
cool.
question. Mated Ed and Eddie, or Matt Ed and Eddie. I don't know, man.
Matt and Eddie.
I mean, on one hand, you have Yowie fan fiction. On the other hand, it's Matt Ed and Eddie. Is Kate Bug still mad at you for nagging the hell out of you during Cards Against Humanity?
probably. So she was the longest one to like pick a card. So I started a trend with everyone in the call going, Kate. Eventually, she got sick of me, told me to shut the fuck up, and I still did it. So yeah, she's probably still mad.
All right. Let's jump back to the fanfiction thread. Number 3. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
You know, he's a great dancer. Taught me a lot of moves.
Yes. have you ever done any fan works, or I guess in your case, because you're full-time YouTube, professional works for non-MLP franchises?
Not very many. I voiced in, I don't even remember its name. It was a game. It was like, the only way I can describe it looked like realistic Battleship, where I was one of the ship like commanders or whatever. And I decided, since I got to pick the voice to do, I decided to do a Trixie. And so I made her like super savage, and it was fun. I've done a couple of things for like Disney-esque, but it's been so long, and I don't even think a lot of those projects even came out.
Right.
So not many, but I mean, I'm not close to it. It's just my life has been so pony that very rarely am I associated with anything else.
Right. So then, in your case, what would your dream like future professional project be?
To be honest, I love where I'm at. I'm living my dream. I couldn't have asked for a better like circumstance in life. I'm living with the woman I love. I'm doing what I love to do. You know, everyone's so afraid of the fandom dying and the fandom ending because rumors that the show is going to, you know, be canceled or whatever. But you know, that it's funny because I don't think anyone can ever really let go of ponies. Once you're in it, you know, then the fandom is what's going to keep it alive.
Except for all the people in 2014 who just like noped out, but no,
Which
like
is really odd, yeah.
like these days when people have been in this for 6-7 years at a time, it in some way the show and the fandom has in some way changed and helped reflect who you are. It's not even a matter of like, oh, I like a television show. It's like, this is who you are as a person. So no, I respect that. Totally.
And I think too, in the future, you know, this thing that most people, I hope, can look back on fondly and just say, you know, oh my gosh, I remember we're into this. Let me look up and see if there's any new pony things going on. And I'd like to hope that I'm one of those people that will keep the pony dream alive.
I hope there's new dragons to slap breasts on too.
You know, I consider it kind of a weird thought that there is some alternate universe like possibility 30 years from now where you're sitting in like, I don't know, a fucking rocking chair or something by a fire, smoking a bubble pipe and going, I wonder what all my pony friends are doing now. It's like, no, I want to still be in contact with all these people. These people that you meet through the fandom are your friends. Like, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And there was that one weird guy who actually became a horse.
Yeah,
Are you projecting?
On the rise.
he went full horse.
Are you projecting right now, Enigma?
30 years in the future, we already got trans-species people.
You mean like just ultra furries?
Okay,
Yes.
moving on. All right. Jack of a few trades now has questions. If you had to be turned into a musical instrument permanently, what would it be?
A flute, because then I can still go anywhere and I can high pitch and fuck.
Cool.
Nice. And
Yeah.
you can get blown all the time.
Exactly. So not
Yeah.
much would change.
Nothing would change at all. Even after my death, people would still play me
Like a goddamn fiddle.
like a flute.
Are
Yeah,
you
you
gonna
gotta blow.
Are you gonna be the flute that plays that horrible Titanic remix?
Yes, I'm gonna be the shitty flute.
Yes.
So if I need to die, I will be the shitty flute. That's
You mean the recorder?
It's or a recorder,
The
also known as the
recorder.
shitty flute.
Every elementary school kid's instrument of choice.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you can
right.
play fucking Seventh Element on that shit, fucking you're the god. That's great.
Well,
I
hey, if
love
you can play one of those without squeaking like a 13-year-old boy, I will applaud you.
No, for real, like one of my favorite videos on YouTube is like where they got like an entire second or third grade class to do the opening to what was it? Like Space Odyssey. And
gosh.
they did it on recorder and it's just a fucking train wreck.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
I'll have to see if I can find it. Alex, go find it. See, now I'll find it. But
He'll find it in like 2 seconds somehow too.
Alex is our best intern. All right. Jammer now has questions. There's a whole bunch of questions out in the chat, but we'll give it to them in a second. We've been neglecting the thread a little bit. Are there any particular voices that you really like to do?
My favorite one to do is Trixie. My
That's
second
true.
favorite one to do is Pinky, and third favorite has to be Granny. But I do get asked a lot to do the CMCs. So I have a lot of fun. I can't do Sweetie Belle to save my life, but Chicken
Bell's,
and Savage Apple Bloom are pretty fun.
Sweetie Belle's like kind of a weird in between. It seems like.
I almost feel like voice actors who can pull off a Pinky can't pull off a Sweetie Belle because it's in that same sort of range. I mean, I'm sure that there's someone out there who can prove me wrong, but just from my experience, that's what I've, witnessed, I suppose.
Savage Apple Bloom? Don't you mean cannibalistic Apple Bloom?
That too.
What is this? Sweet Apple Massacre?
Oh
Jesus.
God.
Hey, you want to check out the barn?
I just repainted
Sure,
it.
let me just check.
Oh no, it's not to go inside Fluttershy shed.
Yeah, I was
Oh
about
my
to say first. Let me
God.
check out. First, let me check out the shed. Like,
I sent
What?
Scootaloo in there once, and she's just never been the same.
What
Yeah.
kind of instruments do you use on your farm?
All right. But it surprises me that those are the 3 or 5 that you go to, because you have a really good, in my opinion, voice for Flurry Card.
Oh, thank you.
And then what other voices do you actively work on and try to expand your range for?
Princess Cadence and Princess Celestia are. I can do a Luna, but Cadence and Celestia again, because I kind of make them a little more savage, especially when I'm playing on Pegasus Pitch or Wild Card as Shining Armor. Because I'm on that boat of Shining Armor. Love those comics and that personification, so I get to be savage Cadence, where she's just an idiot. And Sally is just best troll princess. Cadence to me is best princess, but Sally is best troll. So I have a lot of fun with those voices, but nothing can beat Trixie to me. She is just, I probably worked the hardest on her accent, and I like the little ness to her voice. Just
Always savage, always a bitch, and I just love it. God.
just
Wonderful. All right. Number 2. If you were given for $100,000 a year, would you give Vylon a place to stay at or live near your home?
near, but not stay at.
Smart. It's fine, Vylon. I got you. Number 3. Would you hug Thing Pone? Kiss them goodnight. Tell them every little thing is going to be all right. Are you aware of Thing Pone?
No, I am not.
All right. I'm going to see if I can get Lila to help me here. Hold on.
Does
There we
Liler
go.
have actual? Liler has a fucking thing.
So
phone
right
command?
here in our behind the counter chat.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
If you're aware of John Carpenter's The Thing, it is The Thing as a pony. Thing Pony.
Oh.
Would you?
I think everyone deserves a hug, so yeah.
Yay!
The world can be a better place with more hugs.
Good.
Yeah, that hug would be more permanent than you think.
That's okay. If anything bad happens to me, Lost will avenge me.
Speaking of Lost, next question is about her.
Oh.
Whoa. Question pie. On a scale of cutie to patootie, how huggable is the Lost narrator?
She likes to think she's badass, but she's not. She likes cuddles, just like any other regular lesbian.
Aww.
I bet you two touch cutie marks at night.
How did you know? That's not supposed to be online.
Oh, God.
All right, number 4. Do you regret this? Do you regret coming on today?
Absolutely not.
Perfect, because there's still 36 more minutes.
Yay!
A few more questions from the chat now. Do you have a favorite web series, Magpie? Asks Aurora Dust 97.
Actually, I do. It's called You Plus Me. And it is a webcomic series that has nothing to do with Pony. Shock, shock. But it is about a lesbian couple who meets at school, and it's a very cute, and then it turns into this sci-fi fantasy type of thing that just like totally drew me in, and then I had to shove it to I spread it around to everyone I know because it's just so involved and so awesomely done. And yeah, so that's actually my favorite.
And how are the hentai scenes?
Pretty intense. They have like a Slender Man type monster in there, and he has let's say coils and tentacles and things, and you know.
Go on.
It's not for the faint of heart, let me put it like that.
Oh. All right, saved, bookmark. Next question is from Hat Vandemoose. What do you think about Wooten?
Wooten's a great guy. He's absolutely a great guy. He's fun to hang out with. He's I don't know, just yar.
Yar. Wooten's a fan favorite here for the podcast. We've had him on multiple times.
He's great. He's wonderful to hang out with.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I love seeing that asshole. And I say that nicely, like in lovable asshole way.
Yeah.
Okay. Aurora Dust 97 has another question. Would you voice any of the Ruby cast?
Ooh.
I don't know what Ruby is.
There you have it.
Oh, I think you just crushed someone's soul.
Does it have anything to do with anime?
Now, you would launch that into an enormous fucking debate.
Okay, well then there you go.
There are very many people, because it is done in a very typical anime style, but there are a lot of people who would say that this quote-unquote American anime is anything but, and other people would say it absolutely is, and it's a shitstorm of weeaboos. It's great, though. It's great.
See, I don't watch or like anime, so even stuff yeah.
I will take that ramen back from you. Thank you. You do not get to share my Pocky or run out of the door eating buttered toast. How dare you?
I dare.
All right. Nile the Nine has more questions.
Oh, God.
Magoogle's Paprika. What voice do you wish you can do that you can't do now?
Fluttershy.
What?
I can't Fluttershy. My Fluttershy sounds just like Pinkie Pie making fun of Fluttershy. I swear to God.
That's still fucking great. Actually.
That's kind of like, wasn't it Lost that said that it kind of sounded like her Fluttershy sounded like
Rainbow making fun of Fluttershy.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have like back and forth all the time about them pretending to be Fluttershy and just being like total bitches about it.
Look at me.
I actually kind of want to hear that now.
It's actually great. It's just like voice like the roast of Fluttershy or something like that.
Exactly.
Well, can you give us any examples?
Oh, hi, I'm Fluttershy. See, I just sound too much like Punkapoo.
Actually, that was pretty close.
That actually sounded
Because
like Fluttershy,
I mean, maybe it's because Andrea Libman does Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie at the same time, but
True.
like, that was pretty good.
Thank you. The one I really want to master next is Rarity, because Rara Jack is one of Lost's OTPs and she does Applejack, so
well, you can definitely do it, darling.
that one has yet to come out of the bedroom, so we'll get there.
What I'm trying to do, darling.
Okay. Wipe away tears. Next question is a question with Vylon. Rav, do the jingle. Are you okay, Flam?
I'm fine. That's great. I'm fine. I just did it because I completely forgot pencil was.
Do you want to do the jingle?
Not particularly. I don't know. I'll be next up if Rav doesn't want it, though.
Wait, which jingle are we talking about?
Vylon.
Oh, sure. It's time for questions with Vylon.
Yay,
Yes.
Vylon now has questions. Vylon is being very nice today, I say as I refresh the page, hoping for things
Something terrible.
involving blenders. No, just the question is, how are you today?
Fantastic.
Yay! All right. Oh my gosh, where do I start pulling questions from? We're gonna go to Lone Trooper on Film Fiction. Hi, Magbag. Magbag. Oh my god.
Hi, Baghdad.
Bagged mag.
All right. Hi, Magpiepony. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I most likely won't make it to the cast, but I hope you have fun. I want to say congratulations on you and Lost being engaged. And I know you two have a great life together. Now for a few questions. Number one, what was your most heartfelt moment at a convention?
I had a fan come up to me and give me all the biggest hugs. She was quite young, but she also looked like she had some, difficulties socially. And so I was just chipper and upbeat with her, and we talked all about Pinky Tells. And then she went to go say hi to Lost, and her mom came up to me, and she was practically in tears. And she said that my channel is her daughter's favorite channel, that she watches me religiously, and that she came to that specific convention to meet me, and how much it means to her to see her daughter so happy and so accepted and so just welcomed. And she was just thanking me from the bottom of her heart, and she was crying, and so I was, it was probably the best convention moment like ever. To just know that you touch someone's life that much there are no words.
I totally concur with you, without a doubt. And this fandom is a better place for having people like you and Lost and Pitch, Wooten, everyone, K-Pug, Roy, having people like this in it that are so welcome and accepting and put themselves out there online and stuff like that. So I would try to highlight people like you guys, and then talk about dicks for 2 hours.
I mean,
especially that.
I can't do it on my channel, so where else?
Number two, how did you find the lost narrator if she's lost all the time?
Ha ha ha. Actually, I make that joke to her all the time that I'm the one who found her. And I mean, it's funny, but at the same time, like, she did feel lost, and that's why she called herself that. And she says she does feel found because of me, and I think it's the cutest thing ever.
Does this mean? Oh God, I'm having a moment here because this is too cute. Does this mean finders keepers?
Not really, because there are so many other bitches who wanted her dick. It's not even funny. Like, she had so many people vying for her that when she proposed, I named my ring Iwin.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so deflated right now. I thought I had like the nicest, cutest thing. And I was like, no, do you know how many people want lost dick?
It's true. She is like the hot ticket. So, doesn't matter though. I'm wearing Iwin. So,
You know what? I'm fucking happy for you. Great job. You win. I win. Yeah, you win because I win. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
There's a joke somewhere. I don't.
Somewhere in there.
Brain can. Could you explain to the viewers why everyone thinks Lost OC is Estelle? People know they're different, right?
So, Estelle is the main villain in Princess Trixie Sparkle. And I had a point to prove. I wanted to create two of the cringiest, quote unquote, looking villains and then pull them off so that people didn't just automatically cringe. Because there's like a all black with red eyes, male alicorn, and then Estelle is black with red mane, alicorn, evil. So I was like, I'm going to take those terrible stereotypes and I'm going to make it fucking work. And I did. But the problem is, I kind of made Estelle's coat grayer and her mane a little more maroon. And so she looks exactly like Lost. But I created her like years before I knew Lost. So when fan art started coming out of Lost and I, everyone thought she was Estelle, and then vice versa. thought I had based Estelle off of her. And I'm just like, no. Okay? Chalk it up as we were meant to be, but no.
So what I'm hearing is that the real untold story front of National Enquirer is Lost Narrator copied you in your OC.
Yeah, exactly.
You should sue Lost for copyright infringement.
I should.
OC, please don't steal. All right. Number 4. Did you tell Lost's mom what you called her in one of Lost's bloopers?
No, and I refuse to.
Probably smart, especially because we don't know this story. So
No, okay.
Okay.
So there was a Family Guy episode where Joe was put into a mental hospital. I don't know if you've seen that one or not. And one of the mental patients ran up to him and screamed in his face, "Your mother was a whore." And then Joe's like, "I told you that in confidence, Gary." And I just loved that joke. So while Lost was recording something, I decided to troll her and scream, "Your mother is a whore." And then she put it on her bloopers. And then we did it again, but in voices. I told Applejack as Pinkie Pie that her mother was a whore. And so that's just kind of like the running gag on Lost's bloopers. But I am terrified to explain that joke to her mother. So I'm praying her mom hasn't seen those bloopers.
So about your YouTube things,
I'm just
I
like, oh,
know.
God.
You're just gonna get this one day, like maybe you're going over for a holiday to Lost family, and she just looks at you and goes, "I know."
I know, right? I'll just like shrink and be like, "I'm sorry. There's a story, I promise." Oh.
Hashtag horror mom joke. All right, number 5. Have you ever repeated the prank of putting crumbs in the bed? What was Lost's reaction?
I have not repeated it because she would kill me. So to give a little bit of context to that story, it was when we were first, it might have been the first time we'd gotten together IRL. And I was eating Cheez-Its in bed, and she was like, "Oh my God, that's my biggest pet peeve. Don't eat in the fucking bed, and look at all these crumbs." And so she just went off on this random tirade. So later that trip, she was in the shower, and I took the entire bag out of the Cheez-It box, and I smushed them all up, and I dumped the whole thing all over the bed. And I mean, like all over, like in the pillows, the sheets, everything. So when she got out of the shower, I kissed her and pulled her towards the bed with her not knowing, and then I pushed her onto the Cheez-It bed. And she being still wet. Oh my God. So, yeah, if I did that again, she'd kill me.
This actually explains. I got a PM once because I wrote a story. They asked if this was inspired by you. I wrote a story called Princess Cheez-It, where Cadence and Shining Armor are going to get sexual in bed, and she disappears to actually go put on like BDSM clothes. But when she disappears, they had a Cheez-It in the bed, and the magic made the Cheez-It giant. So he thought that she was a giant Cheez-It and thought that he wanted him to eat her literally and wasn't into gore. And it spiraled out of control. I was asked if it was inspired by you. So now I have closure.
Because you're just like, how the hell?
You know, I like to think that the moment you pushed her on that bed and she landed there and it all stuck to her, she said, "I'm leaving you."
I mean, something along that line was discussed. I just remember her cursing every 2 seconds as she was in the shower again. And like, she was furious. And so, of course, I would like creep up next to the door and slam my hands against the shower or the bathroom door as hard as I could to scare her. And so, every now and then, "Sweet Jesus, Mag!" And she's just like, I'm getting
the sense that you prank Lost a lot.
I do.
What is the best prank you've ever pulled on?
I think the Cheez-It prank is pretty good. However, so never get Mag drunk and then go to Walmart. That's all I can say. There was one time I had an
You can't just say that.
I mean, so
Like There's two places in the world where bad things happen. One is Applebee's, and the other is Walmart. When you're there, nothing good happens.
She was so pissed off and so over me that she yelled and demanded I go back to the car. So, so something that I'm open about and not very shy about is the fact that I have bipolar disorder.
Oh. Okay.
And so, when I am on a high and I get drunk, it is, you better watch out, because I am, there's no holding me back. I am insane. So I don't know why she decided that, you know, she's going to take me to Chili's and get me a couple of those El Presidente drinks. And then we went to Walmart because we had to grocery shop. And I was like going down the aisles and just throwing random things in the cart. I remember I put in like 2 pairs of flip-flops of different sizes, and they were both supposedly for me. I remember demanding to go to the kids' toy section, and I started like playing with all like the baby toys and things loudly and annoying other people, and she wasn't having any of my shit.
Oh my god.
It was the best, worst experience. And then she was so pissed. So we got back to the house and she's like, "You're helping me bring all this in. I hope you realize how much fucking ice cream you bought." And I was like, yeah, no, I'll totally help you out. And blah, 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 blah. I walk inside, immediately passed out on the couch. Like I was out.
Oh my god.
Oh, so that's a thing. When Mag's on a high, it's fun times. That's why a lot of her bloopers exist, is I am on a high when I'm recording. So
Oh my god.
you know, my back and forths with her. Like, I always make the joke that I have a brain that any stoner or drug addicted person would ever want, because it's the same kind of chemical reaction, but it happens to me naturally. So, I mean, our relationship motto is never a dull moment, and it's so true. And I just feel like that is so Pinkie Pie too. You know, she has those super depressive moments when her hair goes down and she's like super emo, and then she goes to the other extreme. I'm so convinced that I am Pinkie personified. I really am.
All right. Let's go to the next question. What did it feel like to complete Princess Trixie Sparkle?
Amazing, because that was the whole reason I just created a YouTube channel, to share that fan fiction and make a production of it. Looking back on the first few episodes, it's cringe-tastic.
Oh, God.
But I love it for what it is. I love it for bringing me, you know, confidence in my writing again, and for introducing me to a lot of my close friends, and to say that I have a project that's completed is a load off your back, you know, because there was always the pressure, when's the next one, and that's kind of why I make Pinkie Tales standalone pieces. They're each individual fairy tales, so you don't have to watch them in order, you don't have to, you know, anything like that, so that I don't have that pressure anymore. So I'm so happy that I finished a project and I can be.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next question. Oh, the next question is from the lost narrator.
Oh boy.
She asks, "Why are you such a whore? And why is your fiance such a bitch?" P face.
Well, her mother
Wait,
was the
actually,
whore first, so. But I'm her whore.
Aww.
And she's my bitch, so it doesn't matter.
Hashtag together forever.
I mean, if you can't tell the one you love that they're a cunt, then what's the point of being in the relationship at all?
Beautiful.
It's true.
Wise words, right?
Plus, I mean, you aren't a real relationship until after you've done sexy times. You high five. You have to do that. That's the sign of a real relationship there.
It's probably true.
Probably. Oh, no. All right. We're going to Vandamoose now, who says, "Wait, is it Magpiepony, 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 or Meg Pepperoni?"
So, okay. So, Pitch and I, one of our favorite things to do on the weekends is go through my spam comments because they are hilarious. And honestly, like some of them are just, they make me cry. I'm laughing so hard. And one of the biggest things is that people don't understand how to spell Magpiepony. Like for some reason, people just don't grasp it. So I get Maggie or Magic Pony. And so I finally, it was like, oh my God, we should make a video of this. You reading all of the different incarnations of my name. And so now people call me all those different incarnations. I think my Twitter handle is one of them, which is Meg Pepperonis. Someone actually called me Meg Pepperonis. And then there was one who called me Map Pigs Eye Pony. And I'm like, okay. There was one that, oh God, what were some of the other good ones? I hate Maggie. Maggie's my least favorite. And I remember, I don't know if you know this, but Lost had a ovarian cyst that she had to get emergency surgery for a couple of years back. And I rushed to the hospital in California to be at her side. And she calls me Mag to her family because my real name is the same as her stepsister. So they didn't want it to get confused. So she just calls me Mag.
Right.
And I remember the nurse came up to me and called me Margaret. And I got so pissed off. I was like,
God,
that is not my name. Like, I was just so mad. And I mean, I've been running off of like no sleep because I stayed in her hospital room with her for like a week. I didn't leave. And so I just got like super pissed off. And like, so from then on, Maggie just triggers the hell out of me.
Oh my God. All right. Number 2. Who is the best princess besides Discord?
Cadence.
Good taste in ponies. Oh my God. You can stay. This is a great day. No one else likes Cadence.
Why not though? There's a lot
She
of
knows.
reasons.
She knows. Cadence knows what she did at that
Mag.
soccer game. She's not allowed
Mag.
to be here.
I'll slide you the payment for the slide later.
Well, I mean, that was the first episode I ever saw Pony, and I love the fandom interactions with her and Shining. Like, Cadence is just, she is my favorite princess. And I remember I was telling the stories to Britt McKillop when I met her at one of the conventions, and she just got so excited. I apparently not very many people tell her, you know, that she's one of their favorites. So she got up and gave me a big hug, and she was just so excited to see the shadow box I made. And I just made her con, and I was just like,
What cons does she go to? She's like my bucket list. No, you shut up. I'm having a moment.
Priest,
I have a Cadence shrine.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's gonna be a bit disturbed and excited if you show her the shrine.
Could you please sign my plushie?
No. You say, can I add you to my collection?
No.
yeah, that one.
Even I no. That face went no hooves.
Yeah, Cadence is best princess, hands down.
Good.
Worst princess is Twiggles.
Okay, good. Don't post that picture of me, Alex. What the fuck? Fine, share it on stream, whatever. Don't do whatever you want. All right. Number 3. You find a booty chest. What is in it?
I would immediately yell at Pitch as to why he unearthed that chest in the first place and demand that he get back in his cage.
Good. Number 4. What is the fanciest way to use a toilet that you can come up with?
Fanciest way to use a toilet.
Yep.
When you're trying to hang shower curtains, stand on it.
So you're like multitasking?
Sure.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I made it weird. Okay, moving on.
I was just gonna say, ask Cadence to open her mouth.
Let's see. Oh God, shut up. Number 5. What is the weirdest combination of foods that you ever came across that people actually eat that tasted better than you thought it would?
Oh, damn. I was going to say something else, but no, it still tastes gross.
No, fine. Say it.
I've heard that there are people in this world that like to eat raw fish on rice. And
What the fuck? You take that back. You leave sushi alone.
I'm sorry, but it smells like ass. Yeah, she's over there triggered in the back room.
I don't know. I got a worse food combination that I nearly ate like an hour and a half ago.
And what's that?
Maggots and ramen noodles.
Oh, I mean...
That's just because you're a trash human.
So actually, I have a funny story about some similar to that. So
Yeah.
I was over at a friend's house when I was in like middle school, and she showed me this bowl that she had mixed 2 ingredients in, and it looked like diarrhea. And she handed me a saltine and was like, "Dip it." And I kind of looked at her like, "Please tell me this isn't some kind of joke or dare or something." She's like, "No, I'm serious. Dip it." And it became one of my favorite snack foods of all time. So what she did is she put in peanut butter and I think it was like grape jelly and some honey and mixed it up and then turned saltine crackers into like PB&J chips and dip.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It looks like shit, but it's beautiful.
See, like I've had something similar where it's PB&J, marshmallow fluff, and Nutella.
Yeah. It always looks like death, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Number 6. Which house in Small Horse Town is best house?
Small Horse Town's best house, huh?
Mhm.
I kind of liked the canon version of Vinyl and Octavia's house.
Yes.
I liked that. That was kind of cool. So,
Though
I like
one
that.
wonders how that house came to be. Did they both hire different contractors when they bought the house or what?
They're not gonna like make the God. What's his name that made the murder hotel? Like they're not like.
I know who you're talking about. There's something Holmes.
Yeah, H.H. Holmes. Yeah. They don't just like randomly change contractors in order to build their home. Anyway, I just totally ruined
So,
it. Go on.
are you saying that Vinyl Octavia are serial killers?
I would write it.
Probably.
I mean,
I would-
Tree Hugger gets off to Fluttershy crying, so what surprises you?
The Pony Deviants Club. Write it. That'd be great. All right. I'm going to skip just a few handful of questions because I want to make sure everyone gets an opportunity to ask Magpie questions. ASM Arsonist, who is also listening right now, has a question out in the FimFic chat. It qualifies as a personal question, so feel free to shitpost all over this and not give an actual answer. But asks, when's the wedding? I needs to know.
The end of 2019. So sometime in the September through December-ish, somewhere in that interim, and it will be in California.
Yay!
So
What's gonna probably end up happening? You'll probably just like send like all of a sudden they'll be like, "Oh hey, guess what? I'm married now."
Are
I've
we
had several
invited?
fans. Well, I've had several fans be like, "Are you like wedding?" Oh my God, no.
But are we invited?
I don't know yet. I haven't
Why
even
would-
looked at like
Oh my god, Enigma.
I don't know who I'm gonna invite. It's complicated because I feel like a lot
Okay.
of
Okay,
her
yeah.
family will show up, and yeah,
All right.
that's where I'm gonna draw the personal
I'll-
line.
I'll make it more simple. Am I invited?
Fuck
You
no.
can come.
What? Now I'm jealous.
You
It's
can
because-
come
It's
too.
okay. No,
It's-
I don't want to come.
It's because we.
No, actually, I want to come.
Reese, you don't understand. This is a camaraderie between Dragon Breast lovers.
I'm
Well,
drinking all the booze.
I have a feeling my wedding's gonna turn into like another brony convention. Like,
Hashtag MagCon.
yeah,
Well,
Lost MagCon. Yeah.
Meg,
If
Mike,
it's the
just
Lost
to understand.
MagCon. Oh, go ahead, Rav. Sorry.
Yeah. So Meg, Just so you understand, Enigma's also the guy that almost got me arrested in Vegas.
Oh, then for sure you can come.
I did not get you arrested.
You almost did. We were in a car with 2 police officers who were giving us very good advice not to go to a gas station at night. And he says, don't do it or you'll get shot. And then Enigma looks at him and says, that sounds like a threat, sir. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They laughed.
Oh, yeah, because we got really damn lucky.
Oh my god.
We're the type of people you don't want to hang around at cons, or do.
Oh, no. This is the type of person you don't want to invite to your wedding because the cops will show up because he said something.
Oh, God. Okay.
They have cake.
Wait, can I change the name to the Super Gay Power Hour?
Yes!
Yes.
Hello, and welcome to the Super Gay Power Hour.
Yes. Hey, baby. Guess what I just changed?
Rebecca, I love you.
Oh, my God. Okay. If we shit post anymore, it's going to be a John Waters movie. All right. Bob 936753 has questions now. Oh my God, we have 4 minutes. Okay. What is your favorite MLP ship?
Pinky Dash.
Okay.
Because I live it.
What is your favorite fanfic on FinFiction or of all time?
Probably that web series. It's technically a fan fiction.
Oh,
So that You Plus Me one.
yeah.
So that's a non-pony, I know. If I was going with pony, though, probably Pinkie Pie Learns a New, which
Ooh.
is all about Pinkie Pie learning the word fuck. And then someone tells her that it can mean anything she wants it to mean. So she goes around Ponyville talking about how Fluttershy fucks her animal. And Rainbow Dash has always wanted to fuck Applejack, and just all of their varying reactions to her saying fuck.
Oh my God.
It's
If I
beautiful.
If I recall, didn't the Cakes ask if she could babysit the kids, and she said something about fucking?
I remember because Lost did a reading of it on her channel, and it is so worth watching. They got DWK to be the guy that teaches Pinkie the word fuck, which is so appropriate.
Yes.
And I was Pinkie, and I remember there was a scene where Pinkie talked to Rarity, and she said, I just got back from fucking Twilight. And she's like, and she let you do that? Like, she was just... yeah, just like, it was great. It's great fun. It's a wonderful fic, and that reading is super fun. So...
Awesome. Let's see. Mobile Sam now has the next question. How do you feel about potatoes?
Love them, but only if they have cheese with them.
Ooh, the cheese fries though?
Right?
But poutine.
Hell, even hash browns with cheese is good.
You can stay.
Like a
Hashtag Waffle House. This episode of the Barcast is brought to you by Waffle House.
No, it's IHOB now.
IHOB.
Roadhouse.
Meme face. Meme arrows. All right. And then the final question we're going to have is, can you voice Trixie getting railed by a train?
Yes. Will I? No.
All right.
Is she gonna be yelling all aboard?
I'll let your imaginations do that one.
Just
That's the
add,
one
like,
thing I joke about with Wooten that I'll never voice in Clop. And he's like,
Oh.
one day I'll get you, Mag. One day.
He just looks off in the distance like it's a Western movie. One day.
It's a goal. It's a goal in life.
I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are, but I've got a certain set of skills that'll make you do this voice for this Clop. If you agree now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't,
Now, Max, you had a massive turnout today, and thank you everyone who turned out to come see this wonderful cast. I had a ton of fucking fun. Max, how can people stay in touch with you if they want to slide into your DMs or tweet at you or check out your other work? How they can keep in touch?
I'm always on YouTube is Bay, so YouTube, I try my best to read comments, but if all else fails and people really, really need to get a hold of me, YouTube message system works. So Twitter is still kind of a bit foreign to me, and I despise Discord. So
Well, thank you for braving into this terrible unknown to join us today.
just for you.
Aww. See, they did it for me, not the Barcast. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you are horse famous, priest.
Shucking.
This is my home.
Shucking.
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 Is that like shiggles? Like shits and giggles? Like
It's-
shiggles?
Shiggles.
When I get
How many schmeckles?
when I
No,
get
we don't make it
adequately
up for the
upset, I
shiggles.
combine words. This is why I'm not a VA.
I mean, there's a reason Lost is known for her bloopers. She's not a good either.
Oh, shade.
And yet, even that won't bring her in here. I'm so surprised.
Aw. Well, that said, thank you everyone for tuning into the Barcast. If you want to check out the rest of this, say you jumped in a little late, we're going to be putting this up on YouTube and iTunes and Google Play Music. If you have it on iTunes and you're bored, give us a rating. Give us that 5-star rating on iTunes. Apparently, there's things that happen if we do get good ratings, and we don't know what that is. So do it for us, please.
Goes to Steve Jobs, probably gives us all blowjobs. I want one.
From the grave?
I want a dead man to suck my dick. But aside from dead man blowjobs, thank you for watching the Barcast. Your bartender for this evening have been Enigmatic Otaku,
Podcasting is easy.
Flam Norfer.
I removed my lower 2 libs to suck Marilyn Manson's dick.
What the fuck? No, wait, hold on, what?
You don't know that meme that was in like elementary school that Marilyn Manson had his 2 lower ribs removed so he could suck his own dick? I just twisted the joke around.
You said lips.
Am I retarded? Okay, then I'm retarded. Moving on to milk.
And milk.
I don't want Steve Jobs to suck my dick.
Ravage.
What?
And, of course, our wonderful guest, Magpie.
Glad to be here.
Oh, be sure to tune in next week where I have a Google list doc that is loading up who it is. So I'm killing for time. Oh, God, it's still loading. Say it, Milk.
It's Odyssey Eurobeat, if I'm saying that wrong. I'm really saying that wrong. I have no idea.
Oh, shit! Musicians again? Yeah! Odyssey Eurobeat, you may know him as doing a whole bunch of actually good running music. Not saying the other people that we had on before that.
Well, let's say now you've got people gunning for you.
Is he the guy who did Discord?
No? Wait. No. Wait. No, he did the original. He did the original, and then Living Tombstone did a remix. Right? Am I stupid?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, probably.
Anyway, he does Eurobeat, so deja vu.
Have we all
God.
been in this place before?
I've just ruined all this. My name is Flutter Priest. Thank you all for tuning in. See you next week.
Deja vu.
Fuck.